Today on Lincoln Now, a legendary country singer coming to Ohio, heartwarming stories about animals, and more. Find us on Instagram.
Live from Gahanna, WGLH-TV presents Lincoln Live with Kendall Cripe and Maddie White.
The situation is improving, but it's always a situation. Some parking clarifications.
Students, alarms, and fire trucks. A scare at Clark Hall. What caused it?
In a month so important that it spans 2 months. A celebration.
Lincoln Live starts now.
Happy Friday, Lincoln. I'm Kendall Cripe.
And I'm Maddie White. Kendall, that was such a great game last night.
Yes, it was a tough fight and we all worked really hard.
But enough about soccer, we will have more sports to go over later in the show.
An issue that impacts a lot of teachers and students is parking and the morning traffic.
The school parking lots can get extremely busy, which can increase tardiness for students and even impact the safety of our staff and students.
Luckily, our Ava Miller and Brooke Thomas took us to the parking lots and have a few reminders for those who drive to school.
What's up, Lincoln? I'm Ava.
And I'm Brooke.
And today we're talking about the do's
And the don'ts
of parking. Let's go. Do park in your sign lot. Make sure your parking pass is easily visible from your car mirror.
Don't park in a teacher spot if you're a student. If you arrive and only teacher spots are available, please email Mr. King to make sure your car doesn't get towed.
Do make sure to adhere to our student resource officers and teachers' directions. This will prevent collisions and morning slowdowns.
Do make sure to get dropped off in the drop-off lane. Pausing to drop off in line can stop the flow of traffic.
Don't get dropped off alongside of the road. This is dangerous and holds up traffic from the intersection.
Do use the crosswalk when crossing the street. Don't jaywalk.
And that's the do's and don'ts of parking.
Drive safe, Lincoln.
Many students here at Lincoln come from lots of different places,
And our students and staff are celebrating their diversity in lots of different ways.
one of which is Hispanic Heritage Month.
From music and dance to classroom activities, we are highlighting the rich culture of our Latinx community.
Here's RJ Rice with the story.
Starting on September 15th and lasting until October 15th, El Mes de la Herencia Hispana, or Hispanic Heritage Month, is a time when students and teachers alike take a moment to reflect on their own cultures as well as their unique backgrounds.
What happened?
I think the Hispanic Heritage Month is a good example of things that our school does to represent other cultures, and our school is pretty diverse, so I think that our school does a good job at celebrating different cultures and making sure that they're included.
Les puedo enseñar a todos mi lado mexicano, pueden aprender las tradiciones de mexicana, la comida, la música, es muy interesante para que todos aprendan algo nuevo, para que se puedan intentar hacer cosas nuevas.
As we speak, many classrooms around Gahanna Lincoln are transformed by the additions of cultural representation, whether that be what the students learn, the teachers teach, or even the music being played.
I love to do things like with the Spanish National Honor Society. We do, one of my favorite things is the Student International Panel, and it's an opportunity for students to talk about their cultures and also other students to learn about various cultures and teachers too.
Our Spanish class, we've done a lot of activities to share Hispanic heritage. We did bate chocolate. It was very fun and it was very delicious.
There's a huge emphasis put on the diversity aspect of our Gahanna Pride during this time of year. And it's not just because of the holiday, but because of the impact that it has on the student body as a whole.
I think just shining a light on the culture is so important, because everything that comes down in history that's led up to where we are at right now, that's their identity. That's who they are, and it's important for people to know that and be able to celebrate it.
I felt accepted by coming in the classroom in like Spanish class, and they're like talking about different types of like Spanish people. I felt accepted because it's talking about Afro Latinos, like that's kind of my community, and I feel like that's like a help. So like that way, like they're talking about my people in the classroom. So I feel like that's really cool.
As the festivities go on here at Gahanna Lincoln, let's not forget that there are many upcoming opportunities this school year to promote your culture, just waiting to be taken. This is Roberto Rice with Lincoln Live.
Thanks, RJ. It's happened again. The fire alarm went off for the first time this school year.
Yesterday, the fire alarm went off at Clark Hall unexpectedly. Students gathered around the courtyard as fire trucks and police cars swarmed the school.
What was the cause, you may ask? The district quotes, they determined the alarm was tripped due to a faulty pull station, end quote.
Thankfully, it was a false alarm and everyone was safe. We wanted to thank the staff and students for all staying calm in this situation and following proper protocol.
And joining us now is Lila Scott with a fun look back at the Pi Day event yesterday.
Hey Lila, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. Take it away.
During lunch yesterday, Hope Squad held a Pay to Pie fundraiser, and you could definitely say it was a success. Students enjoyed pieing not only their peers, but also their teachers. This was a creative way to raise money for Hope Squad so they continue to make a difference and be a mental health resource for others. With Hope Week wrapping up, this was the perfect way to make people smile. Here is some video from the event.
Thing for you.
Mr. Boron's chemistry class had a lab activity yesterday to learn the behavior of ions. They looked at magnesium atoms and ions and looked at the behavior of them when reacting to the other elements. We talked to Ryan Monk and Callie Fodor to hear their reactions on the lab.
The lab was very interesting. We got to see what happens when we mix chemicals together, and with me being my first year in chemistry, it was interesting to see the results that we got.
We mixed together magnesium sulfur with another element, and it was cool because we were able to see it in water and examine what it looks like.
Well, that's all from me. Sending it back to Maddie and Kendall, who have some sports results from last night.
Thanks, Lila. The girls' volleyball team season is heating up. The girls took down Central Crossing in 3 straight sets last night. Key players for the Lions were Siobhan Weaver, Kyla McNeil, Gabby Dials, and Aubrey Yakashaw. The Lions are getting ready for their big game versus New Albany on Tuesday. We spoke with Siobhan Weaver and Aubrey Yakashaw to get their thoughts on the win and their preparations for New Albany.
We won, so that was good, but we were kind of dead. Like, there wasn't much energy, but it was good for us to finish and win in 3 and not have them take a set.
For New Albany specifically, like I said, I think it'd be more intensity. I think that's something that they definitely came with the last time we played them. So just making sure that we're more intense than them, that we're more disciplined, and we continue to be consistent, both offense and defense.
Boys soccer is battling through their season. Last night, they kept battling against Hilliard-Davidson. They were able to get an early lead last night, but couldn't keep up the momentum and ended in a 3-3 tie. Goal scorers for the Lions last night were Evan Johnson, Caden Wyatt, and Joa Benjamin.
This weekend, our girls and boys cross-country team are headed to Cuyahoga National Park for an overnight cross-country invitational. They will also travel up later today and then race in the morning. The course has multiple hills with up to 200 feet in elevation gain. We spoke with runners Nora Gartland and Beckett Anderson to see how they are feeling about the race this weekend. Here they are.
This weekend we're going to be at Cuyahoga, and we hear it's really hilly, but it's not going to be a PR course, but we all hope to have fun. And it's overnight, so it's something we don't normally get to do, and there's going to be a lot of challenges on this course, and it's just going to be competing against each other.
Cuyahoga Falls, I heard it's definitely a mental ability course. There's about 6 or 7 hills. We raced at Whitehall earlier this season, and I hear that it's going to be a lot of hills like that one. First mile seems a little short, but mile 2 and 3 you're definitely going to have to show some grit and tough it out.
Thanks. If you're looking for a way to grow stronger mentally and physically, our girls wrestling team has started preparing for the season and are welcoming everyone to come and join. They will meet every week in the wrestling room. We talked to Karina Kelly to get all the information you need. Here she is.
Girls wrestling is open to all high school girls. We meet in the wrestling room 5 to 6:30 every Tuesday and Thursday. Bring water, athletic clothes, and a positive attitude. And it's really fun. It's a great time to join. No commitment yet, but if you're interested, just come check it out.
Thanks. We've been working hard this year in the studio to provide as much news as we can.
One of these changes you may have noticed is at the bottom of our screen.
This ticker or scroll has daily updates or information on clubs, classes, or other things going on in our school.
So if you have any announcements or reminders, email us at lincolnlivetv@gjps.org.
Or contact us through our website.
Well, Lincoln, that's all we have for today.
Good luck to our football team as they travel to Central Crossing. Theme is camo.
We will be back on Tuesday. Bye.